Hi everyone, welcome to the Student Guide to CBA Learning Modules. Here at Purdue University Global, we provide our students in the verified course sequence for applied behavior analysis the opportunity to engage in the CBA learning modules as part of their coursework. As I'm sure you may have heard, the Behavior Development Solutions CBA Learning Module program is one of the top programs to help students to be able to become more competent and pass the big exam. So we are happy that we can bring you this process and this program as you move through the content in your coursework to be able to facilitate a higher level of learning. The purpose of this video is to move you through the process of understanding how you will obtain your login information, and then how to navigate the CBA module site, and then how to submit your CBA module assignments in your courses. Obtaining your login information is going to occur on the first day of your first course in applied behavior analysis. So your first day of the program, when your course starts, you will be sent an email from Behavior Development Solutions directly, and that email will house your own personal login information, and that will be your own personal BDS account. You will have access to that account for a period of 2 years. So once your coursework is done, you will still have access to the Behavior Development Solutions site and the CBA learning modules in order to be able to use that as a study tool as you get closer to the time in which you would be preparing for your exam. So be mindful that you cannot access the CBA learning modules directly from your Purdue Global course, but it will be your own account. If you are having difficulty locating the email from Behavior Development Solutions in your inbox, please make sure that you check your spam folder. It is common for that particular email to go into the spam folder because your inbox doesn't recognize it as something that you want to have. So please make sure before you reach out to say that you haven't gotten access that you're checking all of the possibilities of where that email could have landed. If you still can't find it, we are happy to provide assistance in helping you to get that information. So you can email sbs@purdueglobal.edu, making sure to CC your course instructor on that email so that they can keep track of your progress in making sure that you get the information that you need as quickly as possible. So we're going to take a little tour around the Behavior Development Solutions website. So once you get your login information, you can go ahead and log on to www.bds.com. That will take you to the BDS website, and then you'll go ahead and register or log in using the information that you've received from that email. Once you have done that, you can go ahead and click on the Learner Dashboard, and that is where you're going to find the areas in which you're going to be working throughout the courses. So if you look at the unit here, this unit box, it'll say select a unit below. You can see there's one called Getting Started. This is the strategies for success, in which we highly recommend that you move through in order to understand the best process to navigate the modules for the highest level of learning. And the CBA learning modules are really designed using behavior analytic learning philosophies. So you want to make sure that you follow that in order to get the best outcomes of your CBA learning module experience. You'll see here that there are areas notated by letters. A is philosophical underpinnings, B, concepts and principles, C, measurement, display, and interpretation, D, experimental design, etc. Each of these units corresponds to an area of the BCBA task list, and you will be moving through all of these areas as you move through your entire verified course sequence. If your first course is PS 558, you will be working in the area of philosophical underpinnings throughout that course, okay, section A. If you are starting in PS 560, then you will be working through area B, concepts and principles. I'm going to go ahead and click on this area so that you can see once you're ready to begin your learning modules, you can go ahead and click on the area that you're supposed to be in, right? So I've selected area C. We'll pretend that I'm working through C. And once I open that up, you'll see that the modules are numbered, right? C00, C01, C02, C03, etc. And it will move through all of the identified C modules. So you'll notice when you look at the modules, there are modules that are listed in acquisition mode, right? So C01 in acquisition mode, and then there's a C01 in fluency mode. For the purposes of your assignments that you'll be submitting for your courses, you will be working on getting 100% criterion in acquisition mode only. You do not have to complete the fluency mode at this point. That's something that you will be working through when you get to the final capstone course as a way to begin to study for the exam. But throughout your coursework, you're only completing the modules in acquisition mode. You'll see that some of the modules have several parts. So C3 has a part 1 and a part 2. C4 has a part 1, a part 2, and a part 3. And your assignments will designate what parts will be assigned for particular units within your courses. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one so that you can see what it looks like. So when you click on a module, you'll get your, this will tell you that you're in acquisition mode. You can read the directions here and then go ahead and click Start. Once you click Start, you will see the first question. So this tells me one of 17 that in this section there are 17 questions. You will read the question prompt. You will read through the answers that are provided. And then you'll see down here at the bottom left is a box with the word hint. We highly encourage you to utilize the hints while you're working through the modules because the module experience is not meant to be an assessment or meant to be a quiz or meant to be a test. The learning modules are meant to be a learning tool. So we want you to utilize the hints so that you have the greatest chance of finding success with answering each question. Okay, it's really a method of errorless learning. Again, an ABA learning principle. So once you read through the hint, you can go ahead and close it. It also gives you references to the texts and the resources that information can be found. So if you want to do a little bit more reading to increase your knowledge about that, it will give you where you need to go in terms of the readings. Okay, so once you click a response, you'll go ahead and hit Submit. If you hit the correct response, you will be automatically navigated to the next question. However, if you click an incorrect response, you will receive immediate feedback that lets you know why your response was incorrect, and it will give you information to help you understand what the correct response will be. Okay? Once you've read through the feedback, you can go ahead, click on Next, and look at your next question. I'm going to just click a button here. I'm going to submit. Okay, and again, I got an incorrect response. I'm going to read through the feedback so that I can understand why it was incorrect. And then I'm going to move on. So what is important to understand is when you're moving through the modules, you do not want to quit the module because you've gotten an incorrect answer. You might go through 12 or 13 or 14 questions out of the 17, and maybe on number 15 you get an incorrect response and you're like, oh, forget it, I'm going to start over, and then you decide to hit the quit button. That is really the worst thing that you can do. Anytime you start a module, you want to complete that module in full, because that's going to enhance the learning experience. You'll see questions come back around again to give you some additional practice with answering ones that you may have answered incorrectly earlier. And it gives you the skill of learning how to discriminate between different answers that are provided. The other thing to remember is there are only a certain number of times that you can try or attempt a particular module before your attempt allotment runs out. So if you quit a module upon getting a wrong answer, not only are you again reinforcing a pattern of errors, which is going to make it more likely that you're going to error again, it also reduces the number of times that you can move through the module. And if you run out of your allotment, then you will not be able to complete your module to the 100% criterion, and then you won't be able to receive the points for the grade for completing those modules. So you really want to make sure that you do that. So for time and essence of moving through the rest of the tutorial, I am going to go ahead and quit, but you should not. Once you complete a module, you will come to this summary screen. The summary screen will tell you whether you did or did not reach criterion. It will give you a summary, your percent correct, number of questions answered, and how much time you spent in that module. If you did not reach criterion, which is 100% criterion for the module, I would suggest that you go ahead and review the incorrect responses. That will bring you to the questions that you answered incorrectly. It will show you what the correct response was. It will give you the hint, and then you'll be able to put all of that information together to understand why your answer was incorrect and why the answer that is selected is the correct answer. Okay. If you have reached criterion and it says, congratulations, you've reached criterion and have completed the module, you are going to go ahead and click on exercise log. The exercise log is the documentation that you need to submit to your instructor for grading. The only thing that is acceptable is this exercise log, because it has all of the necessary information to let us know that it is your account, when you completed the module, and all of the details therein. So once you click on this exercise log, you will go ahead and take a screenshot of this log, and that will be put onto a PDF document along with any other assigned modules and their screenshots to submit to your instructor. Okay, again, if you decide that you want to go back and review the incorrect responses, you also can do that from the exercise log, right? But the exercise log that you submit will have 100% correct. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at what else you need to do for your submission. So submitting your exercise log, again, you're going to take a screenshot of all the exercise log pages for the unit week, copy and paste the exercise logs or the screenshots into a single document. If you're unsure how to take a screenshot, there are links here that you can look at. For PC users, you can go to the www.digitaltrends.com. For Mac users, you can go to support.apple.com. There is also a linked document in each unit CBA module assignment in your course that shows you how to submit your CBA module assignments. So that does show you how to take a screenshot and also how to submit your assignments. Once you have put your exercise logs on a document, you are then going to write your journal entry. So there is a journal entry that is designed to help you debrief the information that you've covered throughout your CBA modules that were assigned for that week. So that journal entry should be a summary of content that you covered. It should not be a personal reflection. So you want to make sure that that summary is also on that single document. So you'll have your screenshots, and then at the bottom you'll have your summary. Keep in mind that the summary has a criterion of minimum of 8 to 10 sentences. And anything that does not meet the criteria, again, will negate any points for the CBA learning modules. So you want to make sure that you include that to criterion as well. If you have any questions, please be proactive in reaching out to your instructor with any questions that you have. It's suggested that you access your CBA modules early in the unit week. Some assignments are going to be longer than others, so you want to make sure that you leave enough time to be able to complete them to criterion and to be able to submit them before the end of unit deadline, because CBA learning module assignments are not eligible for late submission. There is a CBA learning module announcement in your course under course resources. So you want to make sure that you review that for department policies regarding late submission, completion criterion, and other important notices regarding the CBA learning modules. So we appreciate your time in moving through this tutorial. Again, if you have any questions, certainly ask your instructor, refer to that CBA learning module announcement in the course, and feel free to review the tutorial as needed. We hope you have a wonderful experience with your ABA program and with your CBA learning modules, and we look forward to working with you throughout that time. Good luck, everyone.